Hey everyone, how you doing? If you are new here, I'm Nicol Concilio and welcome to the video, y'all. Oh man, I'm thirsty. I just want to put a disclaimer out there because I know a lot of people can be new to the channel and whatnot. My voice, since I've been seeing a few people and going on little like brand trips and events, like my voice is a little sore. So you'll have to excuse it. Today we're gonna be checking out the new Lunar Beauty eyeshadow palette. This is the Life's a Drag Facelift. I love Manny on the front of the package. I think it's really cute. I was f***ing around and I sent him a picture of him with like a little mustache I put on. Inside, it got a makeover. We have transition shades, we have a line of shimmers, and colorful shadows as well. I gotta say, the Life's a Drag palette is my favorite palette from Lunar Beauty. It's one of the only palettes I'll go to if I am using colorful or wanting to do a colorful look. I love that he added more matte neutral tones in here. This palette launches June 2nd, and we got a little beautiful card here. In honor of Pride Month, for the month of June, a percentage of Life's a Drag facelift sales will be donated to the Human Rights Campaign in support of equality for the LGBTQ+ community. I think that's amazing. And it is $48, which is still a great price for all of these shades. I mean, we have 3, 6, 9, 12. What comes after that? 3, 6, 9, how many? 15, 21. Do you guys remember Schoolhouse Rock? I needed to just sing that for a second. So I think what we're gonna do now is I wanna do some swatches. It's been a minute since I've actually like swatched a palette on my channel. So we'll do some swatches and then let's get right on into it. I'm feeling very inspired. I wanna do something colorful for sure. Cue the swatching. So I'm gonna go in with the P. Louise Blank Canvas Base. This is from Nicol, his collaboration. Ooh, it's a little oily right now on the top, I think, because I haven't used it in a while. Oh my God, I'm almost out of this. And this is a very, very, very pigmented base for eyeshadow, so you really don't need to use a lot of it. A little bit goes a long way. Look, just from that little dot, you see how much it adds? It's crazy. So if you guys aren't keeping up with me on my Instagram stories, pretty much I have had a week. Okay, so I fell into my pool and I sprained my foot, but it's doing better now, thank God. I got this huge rash on my face out of nowhere. I think it came from like Junie laying on my pillow, especially because we just had the grass treated not too long ago. So I think that triggered it. And another thing, I sliced my thumb last night trying to make a garlic bread. So, yeah, I need to just be put into a bubble. That is the consensus. And also, during Mercury retrograde, I always get a bit more clumsy. So I'm just trying to laugh it off as best as possible. I think I want to do some sort of like a pink cut creasy moment of sorts. So I am gonna start off with the shade Diva, and I am basically going to be making somewhat of a triangular cut crease. Honestly, I could probably show you better than I can explain it if we're being honest. And the type of brush that I'm gonna use for something like this is gonna be a very specific brush. Hang on. Here we go. It's actually a Lunar Beauty brush, Manny's brand. It is the LBE-6. So I'm just gonna be placing this directly in the crease. This is gonna be acting as our transition shade. And I'm also gonna start the shape of the cut crease that we want. So this is really just meant as a nice little transition. So now I'm going to be taking more of this angled brush. This is the Sigma Line Perfector E68, and we're going to be going in with the shade Kai Kai, and it's this more deep kind of pop of color of pink, and this is where I'm really going to line everything out. And I'm going to start first by making a wing shape and connecting it on in to the crease. And let's go ahead and do the same thing to this eye. I'm gonna try to get it as even as possible, which sometimes you need a little bit of a prayer. We'll start to just bring it on in. Okay, there we go. So it's looking pretty good. So now all I'm doing here is just taking a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to diffuse the pink a little bit, okay? And we're gonna go over it again one more time. This is the process, okay? This is the process of a cut crease. So far, these colors are blending out really, really, really nicely. I mean, I am a very big fan of Manny's eyeshadow palettes, of Lunar Beauty's palettes. And truly, don't worry if it's messy, because we're gonna go over everything. Now let's move on to the maroon color in this palette, which is Snatched. And I'm gonna go over the pink ever so slightly. I'm actually gonna try and find an even smaller brush to do so. Yeah, this one might be good. We're gonna take this one, and it's an e.l.f. brush. This is the J6, and the color we're using is Snatched. So I'm taking this color and I'm pressing it on the inside of the wing. Just like so, to darken it up and give it even more dimension. And just doing the same thing all along here. So you see how it's really starting to outline it compared to this eye, you know? So that's really what we're going for here. And because I wanted to blend even more and look even more seamless, I'm just taking this Lunar Beauty brush. This is the LBE-5. And I'm just taking it and lightly diffusing that maroon color, just so that it looks like it's blending effortlessly into the hot pink. But so far, oh my God, I'm loving the way that this is coming out. I always love updating you guys on my life when I'm doing my makeup or when I'm blending. Like right now, you guys know this is the process. I'm just blending. I'm just, you know, blending. Riley's family is coming very soon. They're coming June 2nd. We're gonna be celebrating Riley's dad's birthday. He's gonna be turning 60. And I also wanted to update you guys on like a little merch restock. The 420 restock was not meant to go out of stock as quickly as it did. Like I genuinely thought, okay, this will be great because we'll have extras on the site, like people will be able to get them. And you guys completely blew my mind away. Like I cannot say how grateful I am for all of the love and the support on those shirts. And I'm really excited to announce that we are going to be doing like a restock of the Mind Space. And I'm also working on a new design for the Be Kind. I'm very excited, and I just want to say thank you guys for supporting me. Really, like I can't say it enough. This is the first thing I've ever really done on my own. Like Riley and I are doing it together. We're doing it out of our house. It genuinely is such a small business. Like it's just Riley and I just am very, 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 very grateful for all of the love and support you guys have given me on that. Like it truly blows my mind. Also, leave me a comment down below if you weren't able to receive a restock of the 420 and want an actual 420 shirt. That way I know. I'm gonna be going back in with the P. Louise blank canvas, and we're gonna be using a Colourpop flat brush. We're gonna be outlining this again and cutting the inside of the crease. So I'm just gonna pour some of that out on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna be dunking the brush into there and starting. So I'm gonna start by first stamping down the brush. This is gonna make it so that you don't have too much product in one area. Now, we're gonna go in and start outlining it. Okay, so now I'm switching to this tiny brush. This is the Colourpop L1 Brush. I love this brush because it's great for getting in this tiny area. I do have a discount code with Colourpop. It's an affiliate code. It's NICOL at the checkout. I do receive a slight commission when you use it. And another thing I've been doing lately is listing all of the products that I'm using down below with links. The links are affiliate links, so if you do click on them, I will receive a slight commission. So thank you guys in advance. Now let's go in with this brush, and you want to make sure you're keeping your eyebrows up. The The only reason I'm keeping my brows up and able to do so is because I don't have Botox at the moment. I gotta go make my appointment. You don't want the primer to transfer onto the shadow, so try to keep your brows up, especially if you have hooded lids. Make sure you are making your crease above the hood. And we're just gonna go in now and fine tune any areas and connect this little tiny spot. So now what I'm gonna do is take my sponge and I'm just going to lightly press it on the big area of my lid. The reason I'm doing this is because we got a lot of primer up on these lids right now, and I don't want anything to look too cakey. So this is kind of like my secret weapon, and obviously, please do this very carefully. Let's fill this in with, should I do white or all tea? This white color or all tea? I think I'm gonna do white. It is Cake Face. This Sigma brush I'm using is the Sigma E55, and I'm just gonna start to tap this. Wow, that's a nice ass white. Okay, we're just gonna start to tap this in. And when you're doing this, again, just be really careful getting close to the actual line. You know, we could go in with a much smaller brush for that, but we really gotta be careful here. Here is one of my favorite secrets when I do a cut crease. I'm gonna take this brush. It's the Lunar Beauty brush, and it's the LBE5. It has no additional product on it, but it does have the pink from blending earlier. So what I like to do is just take this brush, go very close to the white where we just did all of that, and kind of get off any white excess that maybe got on there, or even just blend a little bit more in general. Look at how giant it makes my eyelids look. But I'm loving the way this is coming out. The fallout really wasn't that atrocious. I do have a little bit of fallout here on the sides, but that's not a big deal to me. Some people like freak out over fallout, but I really don't care. And I'm actually gonna just do a little line like that and clean it up. Same thing over here, but I'm mainly gonna let my concealer and my foundation clean it up. So to save a little bit of time, because I know I was taking so long to explain how to do this eyeshadow look, I'm gonna go ahead and do my foundation and concealer off camera, and we'll come back to do everything else. All right, so I'm not sure if we should use a different color for underneath. You know what, I'm just gonna keep it pink if that's cool with y'all. We're gonna use like a bunch of colors. So we're gonna use Kai Kai and Snatched, and we're gonna put those, they're gonna mix the two of them in the outer corner here. And then in the beginning of the eye, I want to use white. So that is the Cake Face color, right like that. And we're going to blend, I'm going to sneak a little bit of Full Fantasy on the inner corner. Wow, I haven't worn this much makeup in so long, I don't even recognize myself right now. Let's add our mascara now. So I'm gonna go in with the Sky High Mascara from Maybelline. This one is currently my favorite, currently my go-to. I'm like, don't get it on the white, don't get it on the white. Ah! The lashes I'm gonna be using today are from Lilly Lashes. I already pre-trimmed them, and they're in the shade NYC. You can use my discount code with Lilly Lashes. It is an affiliate code. It's NICOL at the checkout. And I applied some Tarte Cosmetics lash glue, and you just want to get this as close to the lash line as possible because we're not wearing liner. Here we go. I'm just using a tweezer to press it on. A lash is everything. A lash completes the look. Sorry guys, my phone is on the table and it's really vibrating. And then I'm gonna use my tweezers to just pinch to my normal lash. For lips, all I'm gonna be using is Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. And let me zoom you guys on out and give you some of my final thoughts. All right, you guys, we're all zoomed out. This is the finished look, and I have to say, what is on my arm? I have to say, I really, really, really enjoy this eyeshadow palette. I feel like any eyeshadow palette lately that has made me want to put on eyeshadow and has made me feel creative is definitely a win in my book. I love the idea that Manny did like a facelift, like a bigger version of this with more colors and more like transitions, more opportunities to create more looks. I love that there's a neutral side and a colorful side. I honestly feel like this this is such a brilliant idea because this is a great travel palette as well. You got your neutrals, you got your shimmers, and your colorfuls. So I definitely think that this is a hit for me. I love it. It was easy to blend. I love this look that I created. I feel like it's really pretty, really summery, and everything blended really beautifully. So yes, I definitely recommend if you are interested in expanding your palette collection. This does drop on June 2nd and it is $48. Regardless of Manny being my friend, I really do think that this is an amazing, amazing palette. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!